I interviewed Trump. They called me up.
Yeah.
And they want our crowd, obviously, to do it. So this is when he was president.
Right.
Probably I got a lot of hate from it, but he pulled me in. And when he realized I wasn't like out to get him, he opened up and he was nice to me, but he pulled me into this, they had a little like souvenir room is what I would call it, with like artifacts. He goes, Dave, come in here. And so I go into the little room, he looks at me and goes, this is the Monica Lewinsky room. He just started laughing.
The Monica Lewinsky room. What a time.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive, but that guy was the president. How crazy is that?
I mean, that to me, he changed like.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like the White House. You know, it's the whole deal, right? How are you? Okay, I'm always
Look, as a comedian, that guy was like the greatest amount of ammunition and information and the greatest resource a comic could ever hope for.
Before he was elected, I said I would vote for Trump because of what you just basically said. I'm like, I hate politics. I'm like, I think he'll break it. Now, did I anticipate the amount of hate in this country has gone both sides? Just
also the denying the results of the election, that was where it got crazy, because the saying the election was rigged and that's a threat to the foundation of our democracy. And I believe that if you're going to say the election was rigged, you have to have rock solid, very specific information that points to that you could show the world. And I don't think that was the case. I don't know how much election fraud exists. I know it's less than zero. There's no election fraud. There's fraud in everything. If you don't think that there's people that are running some sort of an election center that are Democratic centered that wouldn't do something that they think would help the world by making sure that someone who they think is evil and a very threat to democracy itself, if that person gets into power and you don't think that they would do something to suppress that, whether it's by making voting machines not work correctly or by suppressing ballots or by hiding ballots, there's unscrupulous people that exist. How many of them exist is the question. How much fraud was it on the Republican side? How much fraud was it on the Democratic side? Has it happened? Has election fraud happened in the history of humans? Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. So the real question is, how much election fraud does exist, and did it swing the election? I don't think he proved that. I don't think he had the information where he could show the United States, here's how I know for sure. Objectively, have someone who's just like a rock-solid statistician, an analyst, who can show you beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's a problem. And that was the problem.
I agree with that.
And then when you got the fucking people that are these fucking MAGA people, and they're out there, and you got the FBI riling them up. You got guys like Ray Epps who is saying, you need to go in there. We need to go in there. We need to take this place. And that guy is not prosecuted, not arrested, not charged. And then the FBI has to have a conversation with Ted Cruz. And he's saying, did you have people in the FBI that were involved in that were actively trying to rile people up, and they won't answer that question?
My issue with it is, you alluded to it. I think both sides. This is and this is actually sort of sad, but my view of politics, both sides are equally treacherous, and they're both going to do whatever they can.
It's a dirty
win.
world.
Yeah, they're both going to do whatever they can win to the election. So if one side's cheating, I think the other side's cheating.
For sure.
So guess what? Whoever wins and cheats the best, whatever, game's over. That's it. They out-cheated you, if you want to say that.
Unless you can show that they cheated beyond a shadow of a doubt,
which he
and prove
hasn't.
to the world, which he hasn't.
Correct. And it's almost like the old, Trump, I think he's very, very, very smart. I don't think he gives a fuck about anybody but Donald Trump. And to be honest, I think most politicians, it's like the movie Gladiator, when Maximus asks, he wants Maximus to be the president of Rome. He's like, no, I don't want that. He's like, that's why you got to be it. Because nobody with a brain would want to, who wants this
that
headache?
Job? Yeah,
who
fuck
wants that
job?
Yeah, so it's you end up with people who,
shouldn't have it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and those are the only ones that want to run.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
And that's the cycle. Like this guy, Santos, which now I am finding funny, the guy from New York.
Yeah, what happened with that guy? Because I'm only seeing headlines.
His entire life is a
Jamie?
lie.
Is it bad?
It's a meme now. Everything he said is a lie. Apparently.
He said, you'll love this. This for a comedian couldn't do this. He said he was Jewish. Turns out he's not. He said that he clarified. I meant I was Jew-ish, like JEW-ISH. One of the all-time answers. He said his mother died in the Holocaust. 9/11, excuse me. She did not. His 2 jobs that he said he worked, called them both. No record of them. This guy is voting in Congress right now.
They can't remove him?
They can't. He's just sticking with it. He's like, people have trust. I've actually come to, this is how fucked up our country is. I'm actually enjoying it from like, it's a whole, the cameras are falling around. No one wants to sit with them. They don't know where he got the money for the campaign. But
is he a Republican or a Democrat?
He's Republican. His entire life is a lie.
Wow.
All of it. Like, there's not
How
one.
did they not find that while he was running?
Shows you how stupid politics is, and he gets elected.